So we will take full advantage of the 2 weeks to increase our supply as much as possible and to continue to make whatever arrangements are possible. We are all hoping and praying that the 2-week ceasefire will extend further if the talks go well.
Tonight's top stories. Iran says it will coordinate the reopening of Strait of Hormuz after the 2-week ceasefire deal with the United States.
House lawmakers are considering granting the Department of Energy the authority to control fuel prices.
House Speaker Boji D says impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte will proceed.
And NASA Artemis II shares some new images of the moon. All these and more here on 13 News.
Good evening, I am William Thio. We are bringing you the day's top stories that shape the country, straightforward, clear, and concise.
I'm Angela C. Under one flag with 3 mandates to inform, explain, and empower the nation. This is
13 News. The United States and Iran have agreed to a 2-week ceasefire, with Iran allowing ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz.
And tonight, the United States Defense has confirmed that the strait is now open, but American forces will remain in the region to ensure compliance. Earlier, U.S. President Donald Trump announced a suspension of bombing and attacks on Iran for the duration of the ceasefire. The U.S. negotiating team has been ordered to engage in talks in good faith, with formal negotiations set to begin April 10 in Islamabad, Pakistan.
Meanwhile, supporters of Iran's supreme leader have taken to the streets in Tehran to celebrate the ceasefire. Since the announcement, global oil prices have plummeted, signaling relief across markets. Amidst this, the U.S. still imposed sanctions on countries supplying weapons to Tehran with 50% tariff.
President Trump had the power to cripple Iran's entire economy in minutes. But he chose mercy.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has welcomed the reported ceasefire between Iran and the United States, saying the Philippines will take advantage of the 2-week truce. In a video released by Malacanang, the president also said that the administration will take advantage of the agreement with Iran that allows Philippine flag vessels to pass safely through the Strait of Hormuz. He assured the safety of Filipino seafarers while performing their duties in the region.
So we will take full advantage of the 2 weeks to increase our supply as much as possible and to continue to make whatever arrangements are possible. We are all hoping and praying that the 2-week ceasefire will extend further if the talks go well. I think that everybody around the table is willing and desirous, gusto nila na matapos na itong gulo na ito.
President Marcos Jr. expressed hope that the truce could help bring down fuel prices in the country. However, he cautioned that the situation remains unpredictable and that the 2-week period may not be long enough to fully stabilize fuel costs.
So hopefully that will medyo bababa ang presyo na ng langis. Pero titignan natin because it's so volatile. 2 weeks may not be enough time to bring the prices down. But maybe if it is extended further than that, with the prospect of even better situation following, then prices will start to follow. We will, of course, immediately adjust.
The country's oil supply remains sufficient, so says the Energy Department. In fact, the government is expecting around 900,000 barrels of diesel to arrive this month. At the same time, authorities are stepping up efforts to ease the impact of rising fuel prices through closer coordination with the private sector. The full report from Patrick Gupo.
The Department of Energy reassures that the country still has a stable fuel supply, enough to last for more than 50 days based on the national oil inventory as of April 3. According to government data, the Philippines currently holds 75 billion liters of fuel. This includes supply sufficient for 57 days of gasoline, 47 days of diesel, and 33 days of LPG.
Ibig sabihin it's not like we won't have any more supply after May or at the end of May. It basically means we have 50 days to replenish what we consume.
To bolster this, the government is expecting the arrival of 900,000 barrels of diesel this April, arriving in 3 shipments of 300,000 barrels each. The first cargo is expected to arrive on April 10, followed by additional deliveries in the second and third weeks of month.
The normal lead time for us to order oil, especially for our oil companies and including PNOC, is normally 7 to 10 days. Pag umorder ka at malaking mo na yung order, then delivery can take, normally would be about a week to get here to the Philippines because most of them come from Southeast Asian countries, including Japan and China as well.
Despite the volatility in global oil markets, the DOE said there are no major disruptions affecting the country's overall fuel supply chain. Still, authorities are not taking any chances. Efforts are underway to diversify fuel sources and reduce reliance on regions directly affected by the conflict. The International Air Transport Association has warned that even if vital shipping routes such as the Strait of Hormuz fully reopen, it may still take months for global jet fuel supply to stabilize due to disruptions at refineries. On the maritime front, the Maritime Industry Authority or Marina reported that a Philippine-flagged vessel carrying oil, which had been near the danger zone in the Middle East, has safely crossed into safer waters near New Zealand. Marina continues to coordinate closely with governments and stakeholders to ensure the safety of both oil cargo and Filipino seafarers.
Ang Marina at ating buong gobyerno ay may obligasyon na to ensure yung safety and security po ng ating mga barko, at the same time yung ating mga Filipino seafarers.
Looking at the domestic impact, the government is also stepping up coordination with the private sector to help ease the effects of rising oil prices on businesses and consumers. In a meeting led by Executive Secretary Ralph Recto, representatives from 9 business groups and 14 petroleum companies raised concerns over high diesel prices and logistics bottlenecks. In response, the government directed the Bureau of Customs to address port congestion, including exploring the use of container yards outside Metro Manila, while the MMDA was asked to review truck ban hours to improve cargo and fuel movement. Patrick Gupo, IPC News.
Meanwhile, House lawmakers are considering giving the Department of Energy the authority to directly control fuel prices during emergencies. In today's hearing, one key proposal under discussion includes implementing a premium cap on petroleum products. Earl Tobias tells us more.
During the first day of the multi-panel hearing of the House of Representatives, lawmakers tackled government responses on the impact of the Middle East war. One of the key measures being considered is to grant the Department of Energy the authority to control fuel prices during emergencies or extraordinary situations. This could include implementing a premium cap, which in simple terms means direct price control on petroleum products.
Mura nga ang presyo, pero wala namang magbebenta, mas worse yung ating problema. So ang tanong namin, on the triggers, kayang pag-usapan. Pero pag pinag-usapan, ano ba yung power na yon? So tama bang interpretation go when you say that during urgent, emergency situations like today, the DOE should have the power to cap the premium or income?
Ultimately, yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Because
maraming salamat. Okay na ako doon.
Currently, the DOE reports that the Philippines has an average petroleum supply of 50.42 days, with normal fuel delivery time from neighboring countries ranging from 5 to 10 days.
And any other countries that are our usual suppliers, it takes about 5 to 10 days. So this 50 days is our time to get replenishment. It's not like we're finished after 50 days. It's a time for us to get replenishment of what we consume.
Amidst these, the Department of Migrant Workers is also focusing on the repatriation of around 5,000 Filipino seafarers still stranded in the Strait of Hormuz, as part of a broader push to assist Filipinos in other conflict-affected areas. To sustain this, the DMW proposed a budget of 7.3 billion pesos, with 5 billion pesos allocated for financial assistance.
So that's good for around 400,000 OFWs potentially. With chartered flights, yung nabanggit po kanina are commercial flights. But the advantage of chartering is we could bring in more people, let's say in a 2-week span, that otherwise we will bring home through commercial flight seat bookings in 1.5 months. So kung gusto ho natin mas mabilis na pagpapauwi, chartering is an option.
Meanwhile, the DMW clarified that no deployment ban has been imposed in the Middle East, despite the regional tensions. Deployments continue under existing protocols. Pre-departure orientations have been intensified, and voluntary repatriation is available for those who wish to return home. According to the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, the current cost of repatriating each OFW averages around 120,000 pesos, with 50 to 70,000 pesos covering airfare, and the remainder allocated for livelihood startup and financial assistance. Earl Tobias, IBC News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development has officially launched the nationwide cash assistance program for tricycle drivers outside Metro Manila. In Rojas City, at least 3,867 beneficiaries have already received their 5,000 peso financial aid through the DSWD's Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation program. In Iloilo City, nearly 2,000 beneficiaries have also received the cash assistance.
Bis nga matugong ka lang tani isang 100 or 150, subong niya matugong agad 300. Daw halos pilo gid ang ginsakay ati. No choice ka man gyapon kaya mo malang ni pangabuyan mo.
Dako ma'am sa gasolina lang eh. Dako na mabulig na sa mo sa lawadlaw eh. Kagaan sa sulod balay, sa maglaston. Dako ma'am mabulig. Dako gid salamat. Dako gid salamat ma'am. Kabay pa nga di lang sila makapoy sa tagsa nga munin mintras nga may amunin nga krisis.
Meanwhile, a restaurant in Marikina City offered free merienda to passing public utility vehicle or PUV drivers. The restaurant owner initiated the free meal drive to support the transport sector amid rising fuel prices.
The House of Representatives will continue its impeachment proceedings against Vice President Sara Duterte after the Supreme Court's non-issuance of a temporary restraining order on the petition filed by her camp. Lawmakers said they respect the authority of the Supreme Court but will proceed with their constitutional mandate in the absence of any legal restraint, emphasizing that the process will remain fair and evidence-based. House Public Accounts Committee Chairperson Terry Ridon called the arguments of VP Sara's camp as misleading and noted that they were not properly referred during the February 23 plenary session. Ridon stressed that there is no constitutional requirement for prior deliberation before the referral of impeachment complaints, affirming that the referral was in accordance with the Constitution and approved by members in plenary.
Hindi totoo na wala akong valid referral kasi nakita ho ng publiko, nakita ho ng bayan na ang plenaryo po mismo ng Kongreso ang nag-refer sa House Justice Committee.
The Department of Foreign Affairs has announced delays in Philippine passport issuance due to logistical and supply chain disruptions caused by the Middle East conflict. In an advisory issued tonight, the DFA said applications filed during the last week of March 2026 may take 10 to 15 working days before release. The agency assured the public that efforts are underway to restore normal operations as soon as possible. Meanwhile, applicants with urgent or emergency needs are advised to coordinate directly with DFA offices.
In other news, an aircraft reportedly experienced a mishap in Dinagat Islands, prompting an urgent search and rescue operation. Residents in Barangay Navarro, Tubahon, reported hearing a loud bomb-like explosion around 1 p.m. and later discovered aircraft debris at the site. Authorities identified the aircraft by its number C2444. Emergency teams continue to scour the area for survivors and further evidence. Senator Bato de la Rosa tops the list of senators with the highest number of absences. More stories coming when we return. This is 13 News.
Flavors worth the craving. Stories made to inspire. Restaurant every Friday at 5:30 p.m.
Authorities in Quezon City were caught on video stopping a group of men drinking on the street as the Philippine National Police intensifies its Safer Cities campaign. Another man was cited for roaming around without a shirt. According to the National Capital Region Police Office, nearly 25,000 violations have been recorded, with the Southern Police District reporting the highest number of offenders. Most violations involve drinking and smoking in public, walking shirtless, urinating in public, littering, breaking curfew, and noisy videoke at night. Of those caught, over 6,300 were fined, around 200 will face legal charges, and nearly 18,300 received warnings. Meanwhile, several senators achieved perfect attendance during the first session of the 20th Congress from July 2025 to March 2026. Senate Majority Leader Juan Miguel Zubiri shared the attendance report with the media, revealing the senators with the highest and lowest number of absences. Based on the data, 3 senators recorded the most absences: Senator Bato de la Rosa with 31, Senator Camille Villar with 16, and Senator Alan Peter Cayetano with 14. De la Rosa's absences followed reports of a possible International Criminal Court arrest warrant against him since November 2025. Meanwhile, Senator Camille Villar's absences coincided with periods of her maternity leave.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has confirmed that he is in good health, dismissing recent rumors circulating on social media. He says he has resumed his regular exercise routine for the past 3 months to stay fit and ready for his duties at the palace. The president urged the public not to believe everything they read online.
Huwag niyo pong masyadong siniseryoso. Alam mo naman ang social media, palabiro yan eh. I've been back to my regular routine for the last 3 months, doing my usual, watching my health, making sure that I'm always ready to do the work.
Good news for the Philippine labor market. The country's unemployment and underemployment rates fell in February. The Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, released the latest data, noting that the decline was largely seasonal as many firms opened more job opportunities after the January holidays. Based on the data, the unemployment rate dropped to 5.1% in February from 5.8% in January, while the underemployment rate fell to 11.8% from 13.2% in January. The PSA said that the data were gathered before the Middle East conflict began, with the administration assuring the public that every Filipino will have a stable employment.
K-pop global sensation BTS has released the music video for their new song Hooligan. Bringing swag and fiery aura, the MV has already gained over 7 million views in less than 24 hours. This is BTS's second track from their album Arirang. Meanwhile, former ENHYPEN member Heesung has reintroduced himself as Evan as he embarks on a solo career. Just a month after leaving the group, the South Korean artist is now preparing for his upcoming solo debut. Up next, stunning moon images from Artemis 2. We have more news updates, so don't go away. This is 13 News.
Balitang nakalat.
Mamulat ng kanyang mga si Presidente at si
Binantayan. Sinuri. Nilatag at inihayag. 13 sa tanghali. Kasama sina Greg Gregorio, Naj Miravalles at Zai Chua. 13 sa tanghali sa ganap na alauna dito sa IBC 13.
Naiulat na structural damage sa mga
handa sa paghahatid ng mga balitang napapanahon.
Sports laang pasok na sa quarterfinals ng Dubai.
Makabuluhan at pinag-uusapan. Tututukan ng mga mas mapanuri at mas pinalakas na puwersa ng IBC News Team. Tutok 13. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 4 ng hapon.
Welcome back to the program. The astronauts of NASA Artemis 2 are now on their way home after accomplishing a historic lunar flyby. The Artemis 2 mission is intended as a test flight for future exploration missions and ultimately missions to Mars. During Orion's flight around the moon, the Artemis 2 crew captured clearer footage of the moon and its Oriental Basin crater for the first time. NASA also released a new image of the Milky Way galaxy, providing a rare glimpse of Earth's position spanning more than 100,000 light years away. Meanwhile, Japan issued an emergency alert after detecting a suspected ballistic missile launching from North Korea. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi has instructed maximum efforts to probe the missile activity, ensuring the safety of its assets and prepare for possible precautionary measures. The South Korean military also reported multiple unidentified missiles being fired off the coast of Wonsan near the Sea of Japan. South Korean officials called the launch a violation of United Nations Security Council resolutions between Seoul and Pyongyang.
Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala has successfully defeated Julia Grabber in the round of 32 of the Women's Tennis Association Linz Open tournament. The whole match occurred a tight exchange between the two players, but Grabber made an unforced error as Ayala maintained her aggressive play, securing the victory. The match ended with a score of 6-4, 6-3 as Ayala advances to the round of 16, facing world number 23 Jelena Ostapenko of Latvia.
No, I think I kept the intensity well throughout the match. She's a very intense player and has really good shots, so I'm really happy with the win.
Filipino boxing champ Manny Pacquiao made a special appearance at the Yankee Stadium during the New York Yankees game against the Oakland Athletics. The 8th Division World Champion delivered the ceremonial first pitch before the Major League Baseball match begun. Pacquiao's appearance in the Yankees game is part of the high-profile sporting events he attended during his U.S. visit as he prepares for the anticipated rematch against Floyd Mayweather Jr. on September 19. Here are the results of the 9 p.m. draws from the PCSO. For the Mega Lotto 645, the winning numbers are 22, 25, 37, 15, 5, and 28, with a jackpot prize of 16,222,728 pesos and 43 centavos. For the Grand Lotto 655, the winning combination is 23, 24, 9, 40, 13, and 17, with a jackpot prize of 45 million pesos. For the 4D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 3, 1, 6, and 1. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 7, 3, and 0. And finally, for the 2D Lotto draw, the winning numbers are 2 and 3. There are no winners for the Mega Lotto 645 and the Grand Lotto 655. Tomorrow, April 9, we commemorate a national regular holiday, Araw ng Kagitingan, or the Day of Valor, honoring the sacrifices of our fallen Filipino soldiers who fell during World War II. In observance of the holiday, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority announces the suspension of the expanded number coding scheme tomorrow. Meanwhile, commuters in Metro Manila can enjoy the free rides for all program provided by the MRT3 and LRT2.
Also tomorrow, April 9, is Unicorn Day. Wear your brightest sparkles because on this day, we embrace the symbol of love and enchantment of the unicorn through magical and rainbow-themed events. I love unicorns. I'm so glad that they have their own holiday.
Yes, actually, unicorns are one of the greatest mythical creatures, right? They are a symbol of magic.
They are.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you know, that's something that we should look forward to. And those are the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and bring you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm William Thio. This is 30 News. Good night, everyone.